Hey guys, what's up? It's James here. I just wanted to talk really quick about a really common argument that I see for the existence of God, and this is the contingency argument. I'll read the form from the laptop down here from a Christian site, and then I'll just basically summarize it, because you hear this argument a lot of different ways. It can be iffy. Premise 1, everything that exists has an explanation of its existence. Cool. Premise 2, the universe has an explanation for its existence, and that explanation is God. Okay? 3, the universe exists. Okay. Then from 1 and 3, it logically follows that the universe has an explanation because it exists. And then from 2 and 4, it follows that therefore the explanation for the universe's existence is God. Alright, my summary of the argument, because you'll hear it lots of different ways. This is the easier to digest version. Alright, premise 1, every effect has a cause, okay? Premise 2, the universe is an effect, obviously, because shit's happening. So, therefore, the entire universe, or the universe had a cause. And then the third premise would be that cause we'll call God. Alright, there's two main problems with this argument. And this is an old-ass argument, by the way, that people have just talked about forever. Okay, so there are two main things that I don't like with this argument. You know, the argument is every effect has a cause, and then at the end of the argument, people say the universe is an effect, the universe has a cause, and that cause is God. Now, by the very definition of your argument, God has to have a cause. Something has to have caused God. And when you'll talk to proponents of this argument, they'll say, no, God doesn't need a cause. And I mean, okay, if God doesn't need a cause, then your argument is invalid because you set out a premise, every effect has a cause, and now you're breaking your argument halfway through. Basically, if you make the claim every effect has a cause, then you can't conclude that there's one terminating point in that cycle of cause and effect. To put it a different way, people will say that this proves that there was an initial cause, to the whole universe. And it doesn't show that, because by your argument's definition, there can't be an initial cause. There's a long chain of cause and effect. Okay, that's my first problem with it. The second problem that I have is, let's say that you can assume an initial cause from this argument. Calling it God is so misleading, because why would you call it God? Why wouldn't you call it Superman or Batman or anything? It's misleading because God has so many, other things attributed with him. Religion, hearing prayers, omnipotence, does he love you? Is there hell? All this other shit. And the contingency argument it doesn't address that. It's not meant to. But my point is that calling the initial cause God is outrageously misleading, because it sort of suggests that all those things go along with it, while they don't. The only thing, if the contingency argument works, the only thing that you've learned is that there's one initial cause for the universe. You don't even know if that cause is sentient, like if it's thinking, if it even knows what it's doing. Like, the Big Bang could be the initial cause. Obviously, like, physics is dealing with that shit right now, but that's my point. Like, it just proves one cause. Meanwhile, if the argument doesn't work, which it doesn't because it implodes on itself when you try to stop the regression of cause and effect, then you just have a shitty argument. So that's my case against the contingency argument. Let me know what you think. Write comments below if you agree with it, or if you don't agree with it. That's all I gotta say. Also, if you say that God is outside of time and space, so, if the argument works, you're a fucking moron. Love you guys.